Good morning. It's Scott Cullen here. I'm editor-in-chief of the Cannata Report. It's Friday morning. That means it's time for Fridays with Frank. Before I bring Frank out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Frank, how are you today? What's on your mind?
Oh boy, I want to talk about my most recent, our most recent attendance at a dealer meeting, which was Ricoh in Denver, and it was specifically focused on production print, which is certainly something I get excited about. And of course, being in Denver is very close to Boulder, where of course Ricoh's major facility is for production print. And they had so many people there, they could only bus over a limited number. So I let CJ go rather than my going because I've been there a few times and didn't need to see it. At any rate, it was that type of event. Um, I think that kind of to sum it all up, that we can do it in a Fridays with Frank type of discussion. It was, to me, it was the right thing done at the right time. They're they're unveiling some significant new products. I think the three major new products are the 9500, the 7500, and the Z75. Those are three very, very significant products, and they're going to be displayed at the Printing United. I think what Jim Caridi did is he talked about the business through the numbers, sales being up, commercial print being up almost 26%, operating profit up by 5.7% from the prior year, hardware 10% year over year. And in the first half, a continuation, it looks good at an increase in profitability. It was running first half of the year 7%. I guess, those are all good numbers, but Jim was candid. He said they have the feeling that 2024 may be, and he used that word advisedly, maybe a bit down. But as he put it to the dealers, we're going to put our head down and go for it. And what we're asking our dealers to do is to take some risk, and we're driving for 25% growth. Now, that's ambitious. We all know what 25% growth means. It is very ambitious. But Jim was balanced. I mean, in his position, if he can't be enthusiastic about tomorrow, what does he expect his dealers to think of? And, it's that kind of situation. But in general, the comments I've received from dealers about the agenda was very good. And it wasn't just production print. There was a seminar on e-commerce that was very, very well received. And there were other sessions equally important that the dealers told me that they enjoyed. So on balance, I want to say it was a well thought out meeting, particularly from the standpoint of everybody we talked to there seemed to be up with it and okay with it. I didn't get any secondhand or backhand comments. And it looked to be a very well accepted environment. What I, excuse me, what I was intrigued by was I had a couple of conversations, and that's exactly right too, with dealers that I know have another primary manufacturer in production print. And I always ask the question, I know you're a big time provider for a production equipment from brand X. What do you think about what Ricoh's doing? And first one I spoke to was he was very bullish. He said, it's a pleasure to deal with them. He said, it's far different than my current primary, and we enjoy working very much with Ricoh. We feel their response to us has been absolutely amazing, and they've been so supportive, and we're very grateful, and we look forward to having a strong relationship. The second one wasn't quite as bullish, but he said he liked it very much. He got a sense that, and I guess the perspective we want to take, he isn't an old, these are, the two of them aren't older dealers, they're relatively new to Ricoh. It's not that they've been there for 10, 15, or 20 years. In both cases, I don't think they've been a Ricoh dealer. Maybe they joined prior to the pandemic, and that's about the length of time that they've been with Ricoh. So it's a different person, a different type of feelings about the meeting. But I think essentially what we came out with is that even though print volume is down, they said it's 10% down in the SMB space. And those are pretty much standard comments. But what they pointed out is that education volume was up, health and legal was very strong. And what they have been pleased with is the growth of A4 and growing very profitably, and they're very excited about it. So those were the ups and the downs. They're excited about the new products. I mentioned 3 of them. Another one is a new A3 color, and I don't know what the model number is, but it's a 70 ppm model. But on whole, I would like to congratulate Jim and his team for a very, very well-organized meeting, extremely well-structured. I was privileged to be on a panel of some of the best production print dealers in the country, and there were 5 of them, and all of them were outstanding, and I enjoyed it very much. But one thing I did point out to that audience, that there were 16 dealers in our most recent survey that reported revenues of in excess of 100 million. 7 of them indicated that Ricoh was their primary. And as I told the audience, when you have product and you have the distribution, you got a winner. And in terms of looking at the new products and looking at the survey result, I think Ricoh is going to have a great year in production. That's my story, Scott.